America's pastor is laid to rest. President Trump and Vice President Pence attended today's funeral along with several other lawmakers. Reverend Billy Graham was buried next to his late wife at the Minister's Library in Charlotte, North Carolina. The funeral was held under a tent similar to those Graham preached under in his first crusades. His grandchildren served as pallbearers. The casket is a simple wooden box made by inmates at the Louisiana State Penitentiary. Graham was a spiritual counselor to more than 10 U.S. presidents and evangelists to millions around the world. He died last week at the age of 99. One America's Eddie McCoven has more on the life of the late minister.
And Jesus answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God.
One of the world's most notable evangelists, the Reverend Billy Graham, is dead. Graham committed his life to Christ at age 16 at a tent revival, and he would later become an ordained minister in the Southern Baptist Church. From humble roots, he would travel the world and eventually preach the good news of Christ to more than 200 million people in person and countless others through television and radio. But Graham remains a different type of evangelist compared to others who've come along. He didn't patronize or speak out against one denomination or another and was criticized by fundamentalist Christians for inviting mainline Christian pastors and Roman Catholic priests to offer individual prayer to converts at his crusades. He never built a megachurch, never ran for political office, and his ministry was not the subject of a financial or sexual misconduct scandal. Graham's message was simple, and that message was a personal relationship with God. Despite staying away from social issues for most of his career, Graham became outspoken against racism.
Now, Jesus was a man. He was not a white man. He was not a black man. Christianity is not a white man's religion, and don't let anybody ever tell you that it's white or black. Christ belongs to all people.
Though he preached around the world, it was in America that his simple message of grace and love was heard most.
No, I don't believe it's too late for America to turn to God. I believe we could have healing in our country. I believe we could turn to God and find a whole new atmosphere.
Graham met and prayed with many U.S. presidents, from John F. Kennedy to Barack Obama. And during one of the darkest hours in American history, it was Graham who was called upon to speak at the Washington National Cathedral just days after the 9/11 terrorist attacks.
My prayer today is that we will feel the loving arms of God wrapped around us, and will know in our hearts that He will never forsake us as we trust in Him.
Graham held his last crusade in New York in 2005, an event sponsored by more than 1,400 regional congregations from 82 denominations. After more than 6 decades, Reverend Graham preached the same message of salvation that he began his ministry with.
He loves you, willing to forgive you of all your sins.
He was 99 years old. Eddie McCoven, One America News.
We can use your help. Call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call today.